The DV and all of that is not, that's nothing new. And I don't even know how to say that without sounding bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And
Well,
it's
it's
like,
up to you. You know it.
okay, with this Johnny Depp trial going on with Amber Heard and all that, it's not one sided, it's mutual. And it
Right.
always has been. I mean, I believe even if you ask her mother, why would her parents and people allow Andy to go to her brother's funeral if, he was such a bad dude?
So Andy went to her brother's funeral.
He did. He was a pallbearer. That's pretty accurate. Um, and she online, it's like you would think that she was in a safe house somewhere, or the way she portrays it. She's at her mom's house, or at her grandma's property.
Yeah. And
She's surrounded by people.
I
I
mean,
mean, she's surrounded by people. That her family. So I don't. I just don't. I don't know. It makes me mad. Yeah, she could get herself in trouble. And I'm pretty sure that the police had a talk with her, about that. I think that it was more than that, that she would even go by his parents' house and always with the kids, have the kids go in and ask for money or whatnot. And I don't know. I don't even know if they still have a restraining order or like what the cops have decided, because when both parties, are initiating, that's the problem.
yeah.
Probably because Andy had been avoiding her for so long because he didn't come home for weeks, before Summer went missing. So, that was going on for a long time. I don't know if you remember, if you had access to her Facebook, there was like daily rants about Andy. And I think that she
Yes.
goes down.
Yes.
But she would follow
Those.
me around to, the gas station worked. I think the Waffle House across the street. And it was pretty crazy. I mean, it was common knowledge with people who lived around here.
That they were selling drugs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
So it's just in my mind, hearing that right there, that puts in my mind, how many more suspects does that put on the list? Because there's there's a list of customers that need to be looked at.
and the places they would go to get such, Could you remember we talked about the travel?
Yes, we have talked about the travel. Uh,
I mean, like weed, just crap like that. But then also prescription um, medications is a big deal around here, and she had cancer. I mean,
right. And
it's the DV and all of that is not, that's nothing new. And I don't even know how to say that without sounding
Damn it, I wasn't added to stream. I was in a whole nother tab. I'm so sorry. Holy cow, I just did a whole lot of talking. That was so stupid. I was showing Yins. I wanted Ziggy to see the messages. The messages I put out was for Ziggy to see who's the person in her. I can see who's in her chat, and I don't know if she's being bullshitted or not, but whatever. Right? That's number two. Number one. Number two. Let me take a drink of my coffee here. Oh, that's hot as fuck. Tiffany. Me too was working. Hi, Dark. Let me say hello to everybody before I go on my rage. Hey, Kate, you. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Dorcas Duchess. Hey, Groot. Hey, Mishu. Hey, Opal. Opal, can you tell me Jody Sue's accusing you? I don't know where you come from. She said something about you were involved in some shit. Like the same kind of shit Tiffany just told me I'm not allowed to talk about, but they can go over there in Tiffany's chat and talk about you being involved in the same thing I'm not allowed to mention, according to Tiffany. Hey, Karen. How are you today? I'm just so over Tiffany Marie. She thinks she runs fucking YouTube and she don't. Like, it's over. I was over there. I was trying to be calm and collective and follow her rules and mute the mic and not interrupt her while she was doing all those things to me and trying several times to get me out of character. In the end, it happened. And I would ask Tiffany Marie to please go put the live back up with you and Jody Sue from a couple years ago, where you accused me of killing my sister's baby, allowing my sister's baby to die, being in a room with Scott H, eating popcorn, where you sat there and cussed me, and both sounded drunk as fuck. Like, I really don't want to hear the shit. And yes, Tiffany has apologized to me for that. I have the screenshot so I can prove that it fucking happened, because Jody Sue will tell me it never happened. I'm remembering wrong. I have part of it that Liplock downloaded, but I didn't catch the whole thing before she fucking deleted it. So, no conversation, Tiffany. You're an asshole. Plain and simple, you don't even want to hear it. You try to demand what's going to be this, what's going to be that, without even looking at it. You don't even want to look at the evidence. No, I'm not going to shut up about Jody Sue's sister. It doesn't make sense that she was over there having chicken on a stick being her mouthpiece. It never will make sense. If her sister can't stand chicken on a stick and warned Jody Sue years ago about her, why is she using that woman as a mouthpiece on Squall's channel? Get the fuck out of here with your bullshit, you fucking internet whore. Send some more fucking naked pictures to someone else. Fucking damn. I'm glad you're having a good day. Okay. So my live tonight was to go back over more Fred stuff. That got derailed. I wasn't going to come live till 11, but who said, oh, they're saying Opal's Nicolina? Is that what it is? I don't even know what the Nicolina stuff is or who Nicolina is. Who knows all about Squall? Lisa, you want to come up? Here. Tiffany makes me so mad. She does. She gets over there in white knights. She tries to pretend like she's being nice to somebody while trying to be a bitch. Condescending. You know what I mean? The problem is, Tiffany, I can be just as fucking condescending back because you don't run me. You don't want to show something on your panel. You're asking for the proof and you don't want to see it. Fine. I'll show it on mine. Hi, Lisa.
Uh-oh, here I am.
Hold on. Let me turn my speaker down. Am I echoing?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, I had my speaker up really high. I was blasting music earlier. Okay. So, what do you know about Squall?
I'm just
Squall's been in my comments being very respectful the last few
Yeah.
days. She's
Yeah,
left
I'm-
a couple comments that I can't get to because it doesn't show me on my bill where the comment is. It just, you know how like you look up and you see your notifications. So I can't respond or read whole comments.
Oh,
I don't know where she's responding to me at. You
I
know what I
wonder-
mean?
yeah. I wonder if I've had that happen before. I think YouTube auto deletes or comment or something, because I've had other comments just totally disappear. No, I'm not going to talk about Squall. I don't do that. I told her I wouldn't, even though she's done some dirty deeds to me. I'm not going to do that to her, but she knows I know who she is.
I was under, you know, she has said on her own panel that she's who I thought she was. And I'm not going to go doxing people because if she's not, I don't want to.
Well, she's not a Crawford. I know you thought that at one time.
Yeah, well, that's who I'm still being told she is.
No, that's not who she is. Her daughter's on Facebook and talks about her all the time.
I'll get to the bottom of it eventually. I don't really care. I mean, I do care because I feel like her parts in this case have been strange. And I don't know if you just seen over on Tiffany's. I just had a big fight with Tiffany.
Oh, no.
Yeah. She's over there. The whole reason I fired this live up now and not at 11 was because Jody Sue's very angry at me because I keep having reservations about her sister. Okay? No, we had stuff go down. I don't know how much you paid attention to it with Chicken on a Stick, who came out on Squall's panel.
No, I don't know her, and I had never listened to Squall. Squall sent someone a message. No, she sent me a message of something that someone that I don't even know sent to her, saying that I was talking bad about Squall and watch out for me and stuff. And I'm like, I don't even know who this person is, and I didn't know Squall either till she sent me that. So I didn't know what the hell was going on. But then we talked for a while, and then one day she didn't like something I said, and it wasn't anything about her, but she just copied it and sent that to me and then blocked me. So
Okay, so Squall brings this Chicken on a Stick on her panel, and this lady goes completely after Jody Sue, like cutting her throat. You know what I mean? This was a couple years ago, talking about Andy and hers sexual relationship,
yeah,
talking about Andy selling drugs, talking about her brother's burial, like just all this strange shit, right?
talked about her dad. Ever?
Her dad, yes. Like she knew the family, like her and the family are, you know,
Chicken on a Stick. I don't know who that is, but she must be local.
Okay, so anyway, so she comes out, and then at that same time, I have Shay Save Place in my box, and I'm writing Shay. It was my idea. I've said that to write Jody Sue's sister. Okay, because at the time, Jody Sue was stating that I was coming around her house and trying to kill her, and just what Jody Sue does, you know. So I wrote her sister, like, are people coming to her house? Is she okay? Is your mother okay? You know, like, you should be on the lookout. Maybe go check in on Jody Sue, see what's going on. And then I posted the messages because she told me, no, Jody's not being harmed. Nobody's been by my mom's. I haven't heard anything. I don't even know what's going on. And then she makes the statement, I'm blocked from Jody Sue's YouTube, which I'm thinking blocked in chat, right? So she goes on to tell me she's blocked from seeing the videos.
How do you do that?
Who's YouTube, which is impossible. You can't block somebody from seeing your
No.
videos unless
No.
you make them private.
Yeah, you can't. Nope.
Right. So I post these because that's, a little funky to me, but she was saying that Jody Sue wasn't being harassed. So I figured it would give some clarification to YouTube. Okay. Tiffany is over there attacking me for reaching out to her sister.
Oh my God. Well,
Yeah.
Tiffany owns the Summer Wells case, right?
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, to keep going, Jody Sue's over there on panel with Tiffany, and she's angry. She's like, not disagreeing with shit I'm saying I'd be good, but she's gonna sue me and fuck you and being really angry because I keep mentioning her sister. Her sister is Spiky in my fairy tale that I had going on my community wall a year ago. Okay. So she says, I keep mentioning her sister, and if I do it, she's going to take me to court, this, that, and the other. Well, in my eyes, I feel I have a right to ask because not after Chicken on a Stick got on, and I wrote the sister and posted the messages between her sister and myself, that Chicken on a Stick goes on CSI's panel, and them two start calling me a parasite and this and that and attacking me for writing the sister. I'm getting ready to fire up a live. I go live. I say I don't believe Squall's story about Frank Light. I still don't to this day.
No.
Why would a grown woman who's not drunk and had one fucking beer allow some man to put a diaper on her and then say it's our? You know what I mean? Doesn't make sense to me. I'm not saying Frank Light didn't do what he did. I'm not saying he's a good person. I've been over this a million fucking times. I'm just saying I don't fucking believe Squall.
I don't know where she lived, how she would even come into contact with Frank. I mean, she was in a different state.
Well, her and Annie claim they know each other personally, so
now how would that be?
And I think she is who I think she is. Okay, but anyways, so on top of that, then after that, Jody Sue's sister comes out on a panel with Tiffany Marie. Let me see if I can find it. I have it. I know I have it. But her sister comes out on, actually, I made a video about it. We can probably find it right on my channel. Her sister comes out with Benny Keys and Tiffany, and here it is. Hold on. Oh, I almost removed you, Lisa. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
No, I didn't mean to. I was trying
Oh,
to show
no problem. No problem. Oh, somebody's trying to join us?
Oh, hold on. I didn't see. I'm not on there.
Oh, no, I had a...
Oh, I don't see it. Hold on. I'm
no,
not looking
it's
at
gone now. It was lit up. I think somebody was in back chat.
Oh, I don't look at my back chat. There's too many trolls that go back there. And they play games. So if you just ignore them and don't feed them, they don't come back. You know?
PG, every night she says either Don or Candace is in her back chat.
There are people that I've had a Dawn and Candace in mind too, but I don't believe it's them.
No.
Okay. All right. So let me go to this. After all the Chicken on a Stick stuff, okay, after I'm not supposed to be putting out Jody Sue's sister's messages, this happens.
They're engaging to watch.
Oh, that's pretty.
Thank you.
Opportunity, if I could, to yeah, I'm gonna mute. We'll all mute for you.
I'm gonna mute. Give me 1 minute.
I wanted to speak directly to Jody Sue, and I think that I'm hoping that she's watching this right now. If you're listening, please breathe for a minute. You've been speaking increasingly lately.
Hold on, that's the wrong video.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Damn it, I know I just recently made it. No.
You need to help me figure out how to do an intro and a music and a video. I need somebody that knows what the hell they're doing because I don't.
I don't even have my own damn intro made. Where the hell did this? Is that the video? That has to be it. How long was
What's
that?
the difference between a service
Aw.
animal and an emotional support pet? Well, a service animal.
Yeah, that ain't the video. Hold the fuck on. Because I know I just recently posted one. Oh. Bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. Maybe it was a live? Hold on.
Maybe she hid it. Oh, you have them downloaded, don't you?
Yeah. Here it is.
Dogs. Because that's the area.
I think this is it. Nope, that ain't it neither. Jesus, guys. I'm so you guys know I'm really bad at looking for stuff, right? Here it is.
Under the bus here.
Lisa, I'm just going to mute for a minute. Okay?
Yeah. Oh.
Well, okay. Did you see Crystal's Crime Time?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
She is a bad girl. She didn't ask to do that. I don't know if you have to, but like, it should be.
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
Are you okay?
Wow. Oh, Squall.
Are you okay?
What?
She's
Go
okay.
ahead
She's
and tell me.
okay.
I'm
She's
just,
okay.
my spider web's getting bigger and bigger.
It is. You're going to have a cocoon. You're going to come out a butterfly.
Interesting. Okay.
But go ahead. I'm going to
No, she
let.
Somebody gave her a very nice comment and donation. It was
Yes.
just really nice.
Okay.
Go ahead. I didn't mean
Are
to
you
do
watching
that.
the Scream Chicken?
Not so much.
Okay.
But go ahead and fill us in on the
Yeah.
text messages, because you're the kind of middle person here, with that's
Well,
what I call you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Basically, she had no idea, and then okay, Crystal's Crime Time. She like messaged her, was like, "Hey, this happened. What you saw in the video," and she's like, "What the hell? Who is this crazy person?" Because she don't even know, because she's blocked on JS's channel. Probably all the family members are. People that's close to them or whatever. So, yeah, she's just like, she's shocked and mad and, everything we all would be in that situation,
Mm-hmm.
She's not asking anybody for any money. She's not wanting to be YouTube famous. She's just trying to live her life. And she just
Right.
happens to be a crazy sister.
Yeah. It's not fair how people get drawn into this.
Well, is that legal for them to like take or like shots of a text conversation, or not really a text but a messenger conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and like show that? Is that legal?
I believe so.
All this is new to me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not ethical, maybe, but I don't know if it's illegal.
I mean, okay, so don't get me wrong. It's not that like I don't want people to see Jody Sue for who she is. I do. I totally do. But there's other people in the world that like don't even know that, like all this is going on.
Right.
And,
That's exactly right. And then they're getting pulled into it and blindsided, really, because could you imagine getting pulled into this is like a group of hyenas because it's so emotional because of the topic.
I told her that there were, a lot of parasites,
All right, and I'm going to help out a little bit here. From my understanding, Amy responded to Crystal saying that she could not see the video, that she was blocked and everything. She was trying to handle it in a way to where she could get out from having to discuss it, because she didn't want to discuss it, I guess.
Okay.
And
Okay, I didn't catch that, sorry. But anyway.
yeah, and then, because she didn't want to be drug into it.
Well, I mean, I get it.
And I understand that entirely. And I'm just, begging people,
Don't do this to her. Yes, if there's like one wonderful thing that like people on the YouTube and interwebs could do would be like, don't drag her. I mean, don't even like. I wouldn't even engage in conversation, because it's just, I don't know.
Right.
She didn't ask for this.
If and when she wants to speak publicly, that, she knows who she can reach out to. She knows where, she knows that, she's got the choice of doing like Mayor Suspect, and she can make her own platform and speak from that. Or she can, reach out to anybody on her own accord, I
am so thankful that, you could be there and, because these things that like, it's so ridiculous. Like, Squall's known these things for a while, but she didn't tell nobody.
Right.
Because there's no reason to tell anybody.
Right.
It's just
since August.
Something, but
August, September.
Because she really had no idea. Because, like I'm saying, it's like does this lady think, I mean, I used to watch Crystal Tom, but I'm thinking, does she think, like that she's the first person out there in YouTube land or at home locally who's like, hey, is your sister off her meds? There's people have reached out, it's kind of known. So she didn't need some stranger to fill her in. She already knew.
Right.
Like, she can't stop the situation because, we talk about it. What can you do? I don't know.
There's nothing to do. I mean, they've done everything. Trying to just stay under the radar and not put themselves out there willingly.
I hope that that her people kick her off of their property and don't keep her up. I think knowing what she does and how she is might show them a different side that they may not even know about.
All right. It's scary. I mean, it is scary because when you're dealing with someone who is mentally ill beyond to the point where they think that everything they do is perfectly normal and that they're in the right all the time, and they think that nothing is wrong with their behavior and the way that they are handling themselves, that is when, that creates unpredictable
behaviors.
It does seem everyone, and this has been discussed. I mean, several people have been like, because where we live, there's some rednecks around here, or there's all kinds of people around here, but it's just surprising that she hasn't made someone so mad, and it's almost like she's trying to do this, but it's, I don't know, to perpetuate to where there is an incident that happens, I don't know, but I'm not the first person to think that. Someone actually talking to me about that the other day, about one day someone's going to go off the deep end and just stop by.
Yeah. That's the real fear I think we all have. You just don't know.
Yeah, don't make yourself a target.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The cannabis industry is exploding nationwide, and that's why I created the Master Mentors Live educational platform.
I have known Andy since we were little bitty kids. Even before she was in his life, we went to elementary school, middle school together. I have always been friends with Andy to the best of my knowledge, and I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus here. It is what it is, but no, he is not a monster. He's a good person. He's got a good heart. He's a good dude. And I believe that. I do. I don't think that he's had anything to do with Summer.
Right.
He's not the monster that people are making him out to be. And neither is his son.
She took your story and made it hers.
That seems to be the theme recently.
Yeah.
Taking people's stories and making them their own.
Yeah.
That's what she's done that with us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From YouTube. It's crazy. I was like, she literally just tell my personal story as her own.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It was shocking.
I didn't even know about any of this. Any of this was happening until very recently, and I've heard the stories about that my mom was taking her and human trafficking her and all this crazy shit, and I'm like that you can't even believe how angry that makes me, that you would say something about the person who's paying for all of your things. I cannot believe that you would do that to another human being.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. She says you forced her.
Forced her, yes.
To take medication, Andy.
Yes.
You forced her to take it, and it was making her forget things, and she couldn't. Yeah. She said
that made her disoriented. Yeah.
That was one of the. Yeah. No,
Yes.
I'm not kidding.
So that's when she
Said stuff like,
she went to the doctor for cardiogenic myopic syncope, and they gave her medicine, and it was
nice.
really honestly fucking with her. So
they gave her medicine at one point in time when she was little, but it was only for that one time. She wasn't prescribed that forever.
Well, with Andy is saying that. Did you make her take it? Did you force her to take it?
No, she stopped taking it. I mean, I would give her when she needed to take it. I mean, I mean, I was just trying to help her take her medicine. I wasn't forcing her to take nothing.
Well, I don't think anybody can force Jody Sue to do anything.
I agree. I totally agree. You can't force that woman to do anything she does not want to do.
I mean, before I left, she was refusing to take her thyroid medicine.
Yeah.
Which can affect the brain, the mind. We had a really good conversation with Mama Keys on Benny's channel one night about the thyroid medication and stuff. And
yeah, it can do certain things.
Yeah.
I'm
But yeah, that was.
I can tell you that not taking your Synthroid will fuck you up.
Yeah.
Becca takes Central. She takes some for thyroid. I can't remember exactly.
It's levothyroxine. The brand name is Synthroid, and that's what I give that to so many people. And if you don't take that, if you have no thyroid and you don't produce that hormone anymore, it will seriously mess you up. But not in the way, not like a crazy way, but like
Yeah, that was heart medicine that was messing her up mentally, right, Andy?
Heart medicine.
It was some sort of blood pressure.
Blood pressure, yeah.
The blood pressure, okay.
Well,
But,
I don't know if it was a blood pressure pill. I think it was more along the lines of something that was supposed to stabilize it. They was telling her that her blood pressure was fluctuating up and down to control it.
Miss Amy, is there any one thing in particular that could have transpired between you and your sister that was sort of that permanent severance that has, got it to the point it is now? Or is it just, geographically you didn't live in the same house, so it was just, it just is the way it was? Could you enlighten us on that?
To be honest, I left. I hate Kingsport. I think Kingsport is Salem's Lot. Sorry, no offense.
Oh my God.
Fair enough.
Salem's Lot.
I hated that place from the time I was born and raised there, and I hated that place. And I left when I was 18, 19, and I never went back. I went to college multiple times. I lived in Columbia.
Whatever. You guys get the point. I don't want to keep playing it. I'm playing that. I'm so sick of it. I seen a question I wanted to answer. And sorry, Lisa, I stepped away for a minute to go to the bathroom.
That's okay. I figured that's what you were doing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is a full panel, Lisa. Where did I see that? Oh, how many times did Amy go on panel? So Amy went on panel this time. I believe she was on Tiffany Marie's once, only 2 or 3. She hasn't been out a lot. And I get Jody Sue sticking up for her. I do. But I also do not understand how all of this came out. How the chicken on a stick in her, how chicken on a stick is being her mouthpiece. This isn't about Squall to me today. I do eventually want to get to Squall. I actually want to ask Squall to come up on my panel. I would rather be a face-to-face than to have to talk shit through people or on a wall. Because I have reservations with Squall. I have my reasons for reservations with Squall. However, some of the information she was trying to follow at the beginning of this is connecting for me. So it makes things difficult because, like Lisa said, I've been accused of having her dog killed.
Squall?
You know what I mean? Yeah, like she said somebody shot her dog with this damn shit, and like it's clear Squall, in my opinion, makes up some things too.
She said Lips and I shot out her window, and she had a picture of a window shut out, but it wasn't her window.
And it also worries me that she's as close as she is to Scott and Annie. So, and the TT, all of that. To me, that stuff's all just really strange in this case. And there are people that didn't have to involve themselves so deeply if they weren't involved. In my opinion, I don't understand what all of this, like running to the wells, going up on her hill. Listen, just me as a creator, I think being responsible. Yeah, I've talked to Jody Sue, Andy, neighbors. I've talked to Dawn and Messenger, but I personally would never allow the parents on my channel. Reason being, if they are not guilty, I don't want it to be my fault that the world looked at them as they are. Okay? Like I keep saying, I try to look at things unbiasedly from all sides. That unfortunately means the way I'm going to report on my channel is the good, the bad, the ugly. You know what I mean? Like if I see something that looks funny, I'm going to show it. If I see something that looks like, okay, well, they're not lying, or, this proves their character, I'm going to show it. You ever, like, and I know, like, in everyday life, for anybody who keeps a daily journal or anything like that, like, hey, Andy, you weigh your pros and your cons, right? It's sort of the same thing. Like, does this fall, does it have more looks guilty or more looks innocent? You know what I mean? I can only come out here and conversate about my thoughts on a case. I'm not a police officer. I'm not a detective. I'm not a federal agent. I don't work with anybody. I don't live in Rogersville. I don't know these people personally. I've never met them personally. Some people from the area I wouldn't mind meeting one day personally because I think they're good people. Okay? I can only be as responsible as I can on my channel. When I state
some people don't worry about that too much, do they?
No. But there are other people involved. For instance, the Wells kids who get to go on YouTube and see all this shit for the rest of their lives and they're old enough to remember it.
I know. And people have said terrible things about them too. I don't know why. I don't know why creators allow that in chat. I wouldn't.
Yeah. It's sad. And then even if they do want to get a glimpse of their mom and dad and they go on a channel to see a channel they've been on, it's a channel that right after Dawn and Candace get off, they're over there saying, oh, well, this one can suck my D and this can do one did this and shove a carrot here. And like, that's just not the person, the human that I am. I can't do that to somebody regardless, because even if somebody is guilty of something, there are other people around that person that are not guilty that hurt.
Yeah, people don't realize these are real people with real lives, and you're hurting them. I mean, calling people's jobs, swatting them.
Their jobs.
Who called?
Coming to their house, rubbing a dog out online, fighting. Was it Summer's favorite puppy, having that, even Ziggy the disgusting, putting, like I said yesterday, walking through the woods with a camera thinking she's going to find Summer.
Yeah.
It's scary that people on the internet do this shit, and I do understand Jody Sue's frustration with me, but in my case, with her sister and with Chicken on a Stick, and I know I don't understand other people to understand this, and I don't expect other people to understand everything that I've seen from behind the scenes because of these court cases. You know what I mean? But it's strange to me. Jody Sue's sister's involvement is strange to me. She said on that panel, this live right here, I don't have it clipped. I didn't clip it and put it in here because I want to cover it again another day. I have so many things I want to cover. I'm probably never going to get to none of them. Okay, but she says in here that some man, or in one of her lives she did, some man was following her around with a camera. Why? In this particular live, she says I don't know. She just says things just like Jody Sue, just like everybody else. And if you're a local and you're making yourself public and you're saying things that don't make sense, you can expect Crystal's Crime Conversation to point it out. Okay? If something doesn't make sense, that's your sister. I don't care if you know her or not. If you don't know her, why would you want to say hateful things towards her without even checking it? You're saying you can't see it. Nobody sent you a screenshot, but you know YouTube enough to go click a link and get on panel with no problem. I'm sorry. That's just the way I think. People can agree with me or not. I think her sister had something to do with the fucking marathon. Just saying.
Oh, yeah, and I forgot about what's his name? Chase.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know. I
this
feel like
right
the
there that we were watching, she ends up mentioning at some point, I don't know if it's in this clip, she ends up mentioning, oh, I know Ralph was Sean. He worked here, there with my husband or something. But she doesn't. And then she goes on to say he's not related to Chase. But didn't cracking cases prove they were related?
Chase.
And Ralph was Sean.
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to go back. His dad is around.
This is why I wish Cam would get his fucking shit together.
I think that all those locals, personally, this is my opinion, that they saw a chance to settle some grudges with each other here in this case.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're just
that could be
throwing blame on people that they, have a beef with.
Yeah, that could be it too. And Tiffany's she's over there trying to make me look like an awful person. Her chat's attacking me. And it wasn't even like I was over there trying to be decent as hell. You know what I mean? There's only so much of that mouth you can fucking take. And she thinks she fucking runs the internet.
I know.
She owns YouTube, and I'm over it. And I'm not going to be that creator that bows down and disappears because these people are putting scare tactics or trying to be mean or show that I'm something else that I'm not. My true followers, the people that come in here and watch me, know who I am. They know where my heart is. You have never seen me attacking Dawn and Candace that way. And I don't think that they're completely innocent. I don't know. I try to weigh things where they're innocent and where they're not. I try to weigh where Jody Sue's innocent or not. That's what all this was over. Tiffany was saying Jody Sue never said she took her flip-flops off and was washing her feet to keep the scent down from the scent dogs. Yes, she did fucking say that. It's just one of them comments that Jody Sue doesn't make sense about. And I'm sorry, they make you look crooked. When you come publicly and you say stupid shit like that, if it's not true, then you're doing it for attention. She wanted that attention. She took her and Andy's son on the news station. How can she sit there and say, everybody's attacking my son? Well, you put him on the news. I don't know.
Yeah, she inserted him.
You did that. He's grown. He can make his own decisions too. That's another thing. He can say, I don't want to be on the news. And then Tiffany's attacking me because she's like, oh, you're saying you're sorry to Jody Sue, but now you're saying it to your subs. Yeah, I'm saying it to my subs. I put misinformation out. And if I'm going to apologize, I'm going to tell you that I put misinformation out. I'm not going to come here and say, hey, oh, this happened. Because I don't want a situation like what Ziggy's fucking doing over there with Fred. That's not me. That's not the human I am. That's not the person I am. That shit don't fly with me. That's why when I was invited to that Google Meet with Gavel and them, I found that shit funny as fuck. Scott's in there showing his face and Penny sleeping. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, Penny, there's a topic.
Yeah. I say she's been overanalyzed. I say there's something where some people know some people and there's something going on. And does the marathon connect the summer? The KV aspect and Ziggy right now is making me think so. But let's get to chat. What else, Lisa? You want to say anything? I'm sorry. I kind of just
No. I was just when you're talking about Tiffany Marie, I don't watch her. I don't really have any interaction with her, but she blocked me. She attacked me because of something I said. But remember when Candace made that phone call to what's her name? Don's stepsister, there, Mary, and said and was crying that night and said they were taking Don away and everything. Tiffany Marie came online and posted that she had personally verified that, and yes, Don had been arrested and was in jail. And I'm like, she never took that back, and I called her out on it. She don't like me since then.
Yeah, I never seen that post. I remember there was a hoopla around that, but I was still taken back. I mean, we could talk about that call. I find that call was truthful, sort of, I think. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that call.
She told someone, she called someone that day and told them to not believe anything they heard on YouTube. It was planned.
It was.
Yeah. She warned people ahead of time to not believe it.
Yeah, but I wonder if she was trying to get a message out. Like the weird shit she said in that. I don't know. I stormed the Capitol and I don't know.
She didn't say storm the Capitol. She said sell the camper. She was crying. She was kind of slurring it, but she was saying sell the camper. That Candy was going to sell the camper and leave. But she didn't, of course. She's living in it, so.
No, that's not what she said, Lisa.
Okay.
I went through it. I slowed it down. We can listen to it. Do you want to listen to it?
I don't care. Do you want to talk about, you said you wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, hold on. Do I have that video? Jesus, I've left YouTube so many times. I don't even know what videos I made anymore. Oh, Lord.
You don't happen to have that one with Smiling Candace yelling at each other and daisies, do you? That cracks me up every time. I love listening to that.
No, I really don't watch Daisy that much. I like Jankies. I like Daisy and I like her channel. My kids like her ducks. They'll go, like my grandson, I had her ducks on one day and he come over and he likes that gray goose because it's bad, So when I watch her, I watch the videos of her geese. But I don't really, after the Rose stuff, I just feel that's what I mean in this case. That's the kind of stuff that's a little too much for me.
Yeah, and the Jessica Twist thing.
I didn't follow that, but I know.
Oh, that was another scam. That girl from Canada.
Yeah, well, Daisy blocked me too. So, I mean, I've tried to go back over there and chat, but I'm blocked in her chat and I don't think she can see me in Janky. So, okay, what was I looking for? The 911 call. I don't think I have it here. I think I have to go in Canva. Hold on. I'm here. I'm just not looking at chat, guys. Oh, yeah, it's just, I don't know. Tiffany's just too much. She doesn't want to hear anything. She thinks you're attacking without looking before you look. And she sits over there on her high horse and talks like she knows everything. She's queen of all. Jody, they would have sued me before they sued you if that was the case. No, Tiffany. It was a whole different circumstance that you wasn't involved in until you went on that call with her sister and ganged up with Benny and started following Benny everywhere. That's exactly how the hell that happened.
What happened between her and AB? I never heard.
I have no clue. I think AB showed her naked pictures or something.
Oh, she sent him it. Yeah. Did she send those to AB or Benny? Yeah, I think she sent them to Benny.
Well, I don't know. AB was on his channel one night. Him and Tiffany had a little spat, and Benny went over. This was like in the midst of their best friendship, and Benny went over to AB's channel, and they were both talking about getting naked pictures from her. So,
yeah, that's kind of that has something to do with the carrot, but I never understood the whole carrot thing either.
Hold on, guys. I think I'm getting closer.
I don't know anything about that, the marathon. I wasn't really paying attention to that at the time. I mean, it didn't have anything, it doesn't have anything to do with Finding Summer, so I didn't keep track of it. And I'm not donating any money to anybody on the internet, so.
Well, I donate to GoFundMe's and stuff, but it has to be legit. Like, I have to know the people, or the situation is provable, or...
I had a person that I knew was a scam, and I donated $1 or maybe it was $5. I forget what the minimum was, just so I could leave a comment, and then they deleted me. I didn't get my money back. I was kind of pissed.
Okay, let me turn my speaker down a minute. Tell me if it's too low or too high, guys. And is it sharing? Hold on. No. Yeah, it is. Okay, one sec. This is the hoax call.
Storm the Capitol.
Do you hear camper? It's the first thing in it. I don't hear camper, Lisa. Listen.
Storm the Capitol. That's all I know.
Storm the Capitol.
It
That's
does
all.
sound like that now that you're playing it.
And I did nothing to this video.
Play it one more time.
Storm the Capitol. That's all I know.
It does sound like that.
Over the Mexican mafia stuff.
Over the Mexican mafia stuff. I tore this all apart one time, and I did all of the words on it. Listen, I'll read what I can remember I wrote and what I can understand she says. I'll stop and replay it. You tell me what you hear. I'm not looking at chat because I'm doing that, guys, okay? But let my chat know. I'll scroll back up and read them.
Storm the Capitol. That's all I know. Over the Mexican mafia stuff.
Over the Mexican mafia stuff.
Something about $80,000.
Something about $80,000.
Yeah.
No. Wow. Yeah. They're gonna kill him. Huh? They're gonna kill him.
The Mexican mafia, they're gonna kill him.
They're gonna hurt him. The drug cartel is that? Huh? They're gonna kill him. They're gonna hurt him. The drug cartel, is that what you said? They're gonna kill him, they're gonna hurt him? Yeah, the guy said 20 children out of the mafia cartel.
Donnie said 20 children are in the mafia cartel. Listen, hold on.
20 children out of the mafia cartel. The children network. Wow.
The children really the funeral. And then you hear Dawn. Listen.
Wow.
Oh, Mary said that was her husband.
Mary said that was her husband?
Yeah, she said he was. Yeah, she said that was from her end.
Oh, okay.
Wow. They're mad at him. They're very mad at him. He said 20.
They're mad at him. They're very mad at him. He said 20 children. Listen.
They're mad at him. They're very mad at him. He said 20 children out of the mafia. They're mad at him.
He said 20 children, something with the mafia. They're mad at him. They're very mad at him.
Oh my goodness sakes. That's so great. I guess, somebody, one more FBI, and save of the Mexican mafia, that's him. I don't know anything about, Donnie. or whatever went on.
I didn't know anything. I couldn't understand what she just said in that last part. But here she says, I didn't know anything about Donnie being involved with the Mexican mafia or something on them lines. Listen.
I don't know anything about Donnie or whatever went on with the cartel. But I don't know anything about that. I've never heard it come out.
I didn't know about anything about Donnie being in the cartel. I didn't know anything.
Went on with the cartel. But I don't know anything about that. I've never heard it come out.
Right.
Oh, really upset.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
I can't hardly guys trying to save 20 children, and he's working with their
Donnie's trying to save 20 children. Listen.
Oh, God.
guys trying to save 20 children, and he's working with their wife. They're killing him. They're trying to kill him.
Yeah, Candace, he hasn't said nothing to me, so I don't know what's going on. I mean, I did read about that, about him owing money to people, but I just thought it was just another rumor, you know?
It's top secret, I guess. You know what, either.
Well,
I want to know where my babies are. They flew to Boston and quit his cell phone, and they're beating him. They're beating Donnie up, torturing him. They're torturing him.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Do you hear it differently now?
Yeah, I do. But the thing that stands out for me is that Mary has no reaction. She's just calm as anything. And I think she knew it was fake too.
But I don't think that Mary understood everything that Candace was saying neither, because she was repeating the wrong things back to her. You know what I mean? Like that same night, it was the Boston police, because Candace did put all that shit in there, which makes it look like a hoax. But I feel like, was she trying to get a message out? I don't know. I just look at everything. And when you hear something like that and you sit down and you really listen to it.
Well, that was something to do with, they were trying to see if she was feeding information to someone, remember? And I think it had something to do with Chris McDonough. Cher told him not to do that because other people knew about it beforehand too. It was something to do with, they were trying to see who Mary was feeding information to.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't think Mary was feeding information to Cher. Cher can't stand Mary.
No, Cher told Candace not to do that.
It's just weird. That whole call was weird, that whole night. But the thing I was looking at is that Wild Bill shit. Around that same time, Fred Hill comes out and says Bill Benton was up there on the hill and he beat the shit out of Donnie. There was 6 or 7 of them. And the timing of when he said it, because it was in January, it would have went back or something to the day. I did the math. I don't know it in my head right now. I could be wrong. Don't let me give dates. But the timing went back to around the same time that hoax call came in. That's why I thought it could possibly be real. Listening to Fred and listening to that call with my Blue Barrel bullshit, as Jody says.
I don't listen to Jody. I can't understand what she's saying. Before Summer went missing, she talked clear as a bell.
I it's just a lot with her. I've taken her apart for years. I'm so over taking her apart. But I just, I don't even think that Jody's involved in anything. I don't think Andy's involved in anything.
No, I don't
I
either.
think if anything, it would be other locals, and they seen Jody come live, and Jody was fucking their shit up. So they decided they were gonna fuck Jody's shit up, and that marathon came about, and I think shit went AWOL. Everything just didn't go right. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm being real with you, I think you're right. It could have been a lot of people using a lot of opportunity. But do we know that it isn't people that are connected to Summer because of this KV, Skelton, Ziggy, marrying Fred? That really changes things for me, anyway, in my research.
I don't know. I don't think they had anything to do with Summer. But then who knows? But that's my opinion is no. I think they just saw an opportunity there and went for it.
I mean, that could be too. It's just the people connected for me. You know what I mean?
Can't believe anything Fred says. Literally. Nothing.
No, but this isn't stuff Fred said. This is research I've done.
Yeah, no. Somebody commented something about Fred. I just think it's
Let me look at my
funny
chat.
how Ziggy won't let Fred talk to Ryan. Ryan had to make a request to talk to Fred, and Ziggy said no. Huh?
She wouldn't let Fred talk to me.
I know, isn't
wrote
that
it.
hilarious? I'm like, isn't Fred an adult? Can he? Does he have to have somebody screen his calls for him?
I know. Well, hold on, guys. I'm bleeding. I just scratched the scab, and I cut myself shaving. You know how that goes, girls. No, I reached out to Ziggy to Fred a couple weeks ago before they got married, not knowing that they got married, and I wrote him, and while I'm writing him, he writes Ziggy, and Ziggy tells him to quit talking to me, so he does. That's how all of this came about for me. Like, she's over there saying, I don't ever say nothing about Crystal. She's crazy. I hate to share her name. Meanwhile, that's all she's been doing is saying my name because I wrote Fred. She was upset that I wrote Fred.
I know. Maybe she's just super jealous.
No, it ain't super jealousy. Come on, man. There's something up with that to me. There's no
Yeah,
way.
but nothing he says is true, so why would she care? She doesn't want him to contradict anything she said, probably.
Yeah, Crystal, I think she was planted literally too. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole KV connection for me. I feel like Ziggy was planted here. I mean, come on now. She didn't believe in all the psychic shit at the beginning of this. Now she's reading tarot cards. What the hell?
Don't forget the dowsing rods.
Oh my God.
When she almost hit herself in the face, that was hilarious.
Can you imagine coming online and doing that?
No.
I mean, it's just, I could see if you really are psychic or think you're psychic, because I don't not believe in psychics. I have had my own experience that I won't talk about online because it's that personal. You know what I mean? Like Ziggy's not a fucking psychic. She's not a tarot card reader. She's full of shit. Tarot card readers don't have to read out of the book. They know their cards. She's just,
I think that's a money-making thing for her. $20 for a reading.
Yeah.
Now she has that website. Who's paying for that? I mean, those aren't cheap.
And I mean, she's traveling to Tennessee every other month.
Oh, yeah.
To see her snitch husband. That's the stuff I like about Squall right there. She gave me all that James Light information so long ago. And I'm sitting here and I'm going through it. And here's Laura. All this time I never caught on. James Light is the one that sent somebody to kill our horse. So I'm sitting there looking, and I thought about it the other day, and I'm like, but James Light has been in jail since I thought it was 2015. but it's actually 2013. So that was quite a long ass fucking time ago. There's no way. Laura said it happened 2 or 3 years ago. Fred says it happened. I don't know. Their stories change constantly. But they give this James Light connection. But the only way that could have happened is if James Light ordered that hit on a horse, on a fucking horse, from prison. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if he's ordering a hit on a horse from prison, there has to be a reason for it. That means Fred's a snitch.
I don't know. You think so? I thought Jody Sue was the snitch. She said she is.
I think they all be snitching undercover.
I know. Benny's not a snitch.
Yeah, for me though, for Fred, it's the fact that he pushes he's not a snitch so hard. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a snitch. I don't believe in snitches. Him and Laura, I'm not a snitch. Meanwhile, they had the biggest drug bust that ever went down in East Tennessee history right there in their backyard. I don't know.
And Fred didn't get any time. I don't understand that. And he's not in a rehab. She said it. She calls it a rehab, but it's not. He can come and go as he wants. They didn't take his phone. He's allowed to do anything he wants there.
He's in a halfway house. He probably got to check in by 9 o'clock.
Well, then she said it was a sober living facility. So
Yeah, that's the same thing. That's a halfway house.
well, rehab. Yeah.
Like,
But at first she said rehab, and that's a lockdown thing.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Yeah, me?
Yeah, you and I have had our arguments. And you know I started researching you. I told you I was, and I showed you I did.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
I know you're in Ohio. Are you the
No,
lady from Ohio? You're not?
I'm not from Ohio.
Oh, okay. Then I guess my question doesn't apply to you.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out who the lady was that went to Dawn Wells, they're saying was from Ohio. She drove down there. Do you remember that story? The crazy lady from Ohio that came down and tried to insert herself in the Summers case.
No, the crazy lady, this crazy psycho lady that came to his house, that was what's her name? One. She's a mod over on Lady Justice or something. Yeah, that's her. That was her.
Lady Justice went to her house?
She went to the Wells house. She's the one that's saying Summer is in her backyard in her chicken coop. And Candace was there.
I thought she said Candace walked into the woods with Summer and she caught it on tape.
Well, but she emailed, maybe I shouldn't say, but she emailed someone else and told them that Summer was in the chicken coop in her backyard. And she wanted him to come over there, and he did.
You know, I looked after all that white boy stuff. I looked at her stuff. She is a real Bill Bondsman. How? If she's saying crazy shit like this.
I ran it and looked for her license under she might be a bail bondsman, yeah. I don't know how she got that. I'm not sure she's registered because I looked under registered bail bonds and her name was not there. But is that her ex or boyfriend or somebody has a bail bonds place? So she probably just works for him.
Yeah, I guess she works there. She says she owns it. That's what all the license and stuff. She has a Facebook. The Bill Bonds has a Facebook.
Yeah, but it's a guy that owns it. It was the original one, and they had to close it for some reason, and then he started it up again under this new name.
Innocent Hendrickson, is that where it is? Ain't that where Sebastian's missing from? Where's Henderson? That's wrong. It's different.
I don't know. Mystery Angels, there's a topic.
Yeah, Be the Bean. I never really followed. I mean, I liked Chip. I used to watch her. And then when all the Billboard stuff Like, that's too much for me. All of that scandalous money, the marathon, the billboards. At first, I'm not going to lie, I fell into it like, oh, this is so cool. They're going to do this for summer. I donated only $20 to it, you know? But then you find out all this bad stuff surrounds it. And that's what dirty Summer's name. All of that. Tiffany was over there telling me I shouldn't cover the marathon no more. What?
I couldn't understand why they would put someone like Brad in charge of that when he was a felon, when he had convictions for fraud, stealing, theft. Why would you put that person in charge of money?
Yeah, see, I wasn't a YouTuber yet when all of that went down. I made my YouTube in November. Who's Jeannie Bly? That is Green Eyes. Jeannie Bly is Candace's sister. She's been very quiet. She stays away from social media. Lisa would know more about her than I do.
I do, but I'm not going to talk about her because she doesn't like it. I don't want to get on her bad side. Benny and ELP, yes. I was glad they came out with that because I knew that, but you can't come out and say stuff when someone has such a following, they attack you. So I didn't say anything, but then ELP came out with it, and I found her. I found her on whatever that musical place was. She's on there putting up videos of her singing on there. And then I sent that to ELP. But I heard her on her children's channel on a live, and somebody called in and was talking to her. And I guess she thought that it was really an adult putting her on. And she said, hey, do you want to come up here and show me your pee-pee? I mean, this is a children's channel, and she's saying that.
Who did that?
I could not believe that.
Who, Chip did that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, that was early on. Yeah, she was a liar. She was, she needs money for this and that. And she's autistic, and she... Oh.
Yeah, I just really stopped following her after all that.
And about her wife. Her wife.
People.
Her wife that died and left her with 8 kids. And, oh, yeah, I did a deep dive on her. She was...
Lady R, I'm going to respond to Lady R real quick. Lady R, yes, there was a lot more people. Scott was involved in that. You know what? Try to list, guys. If you can for me, that would be a great help. What all people were covering that marathon. I know there was like panel after panel after panel. Cracking cases was just billboards, right? Yeah. Anybody who covered the marathon, let me know who it was. I'd like to know, because like I said, I didn't have a YouTube back then. I was only watching. Man, my thoughts have changed so much during this case. 3 years is a long time. Summer needs to be found.
Well, that's going to take somebody talking that's not going to talk. I honestly believe law enforcement knows exactly what happened and exactly who's involved.
I do too. I think they just need the physical evidence.
Yep, they just need a body.
And I think it's because of us. It's because of YouTube that they need the body. Because we have corrupted all of their circumstantial evidence ourselves. You know what I mean? Anything they say, they can get on the stand and refute something being said on YouTube. Letting Dawn and Candace come online. It looks really bad for Dawn and Candace if they're innocent.
The one thing they need to do to bring a charge is to prove that Summer is dead. A lot of people don't believe that. Now they need a body. They need enough blood to prove that you could not survive with that amount of blood loss. Or I know of a couple cases where they had pieces of deep brain tissue that you could not survive an injury like that. They have to have something that proves that she's dead. And
Yeah,
so far,
but
they don't. There was no, you
right,
know,
which tells us
decomposition at the house, no blood, nothing. So they have to have the body.
yeah. If it was a drowning, they would need the body. If it was an overdose, they would need the body. If it was,
Yeah. And at this point, will they even be able to tell? Maybe the most they'll be able to bring someone on charges on is, you know, desecration of a body.
they can, toxicology can be done on bones.
Yeah. But what if that's not what killed her?
Yeah. But I mean, I think they could run a, whoa, yeah. A dry drowning, you need the lungs. A drowning, you need the lungs. But I mean, if it was something drug related, it would be toxicology. They could probably still. Oh, I don't even want to talk about it. It's so sad.
No, I
just
don't think.
want to
Yeah.
have answers.
I don't think it had anything to do with drugs.
Like, I'm still hopeful that Summer's alive. You
A
know
lot
what
of
I mean?
people think that. Yeah, Cursed, I don't know. They did not look in Candy's vehicle either. I know that. But
They didn't.
no. Mm-mm.
And who
I
told
don't.
you?
I'm not going to tell that. But they didn't. And they didn't dust
Hey, Lisa,
anything
that's
for.
the thing, though. I don't mean to argue with you, but when you keep saying, like, I can't tell you, and you tell us you have these bonds, like, I really don't mean it to be rude, but how can we believe what you say if you can't say? Like, did Candy tell you that herself? Did she say, hey, look, they didn't search my truck?
No.
Those are the type of things that they should come out and say. And I'm not using that against you, but it's hard to believe, even me, if you don't have the proof there that it was said or you can't give a name, it just sounds funny. And I don't mean that to be rude, but I think
Well,
that's why a lot of people say you're Mrs. Know-It-All.
I think they don't like it because the things I say don't fit their conspiracy theories. I mean, everybody has sources and they don't give them up. They don't name them. A lot of creators I've never seen show a receipt. I at least
Yeah,
have
but
some
to say
receipts, but
but that's a big thing. Like, they didn't check Candy's car, then that's going to be like, oh, okay, well, now Grandma did it. She took off, and it just starts a lot. Do you
yeah, but
see what I'm saying?
she didn't take off for 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I don't, you know, and allegedly Summer got out of the truck and went in the house, right? So
Yeah, she jumped up out of the car seat.
I don't know.
ran
Candace
house.
said they didn't dust anything for fingerprints either at the house.
I have a hard time believing that.
She wanted to know how they would know if they fingerprinted anything, and I said, well, there'd be fingerprint powder there. It's black.
Yeah,
You can
you
see
have
it.
a black powder.
Yeah.
They would have printed things like the doorknobs, I would think. In
No,
this
she
case,
said they
doorknobs,
didn't.
window sills. She should have a black residue.
Yeah, she said they didn't. I think that they didn't treat it as a crime at first, and you know, missed an opportunity there. I think they thought she really did wander away in the woods. You know, Dave Rader said, "Oh, we thought maybe somebody took her and then dropped her off, and she was walking back home." So
I agree with you 100%. That's why I don't believe Fred Hill's cockamamie story about wearing a tape recorder.
oh no. First he said they wired him up, and I'm like, yeah, TBI is going to wire you up? Yeah, okay.
They
What did they
already
just...
have all the equipment while they have
Yeah.
helicopters in the sky and drones looking for a little girl in the woods. They already have all the equipment to come down there and wire Fred up and send him up for 3 days to stand at the bottom of the driveway and record people. Come on now.
I don't believe anything they said. He says.
Right. It doesn't make sense.
No. It doesn't make any sense. And why would they trust Fred to do that anyway? He might have been involved for all they knew.
Here's Ziggy. Andy's at a carnival. That's another thing. Tiffany's over there reading my things. Like, what do you mean by this? Like, it means
Thanks,
exactly
Lady
what Paul
R.
says.
Love you back.
She's not paying attention to what Ziggy's doing over there, but you're commenting on it. Don't comment on shit if you don't know what's going on.
Half human and half animal bones. Yeah. Okay. Who said that? Fred said.
Mhm.
Thanks,
Well,
Lady
what-
R. Love you too. She was looking for Candace.
DNA on his land and truck. Well, the dogs hit behind the truck, on the truck, beside the truck, at the bottom of the driveway, at the top of the driveway. According to Fred, they hit all over his property.
Yeah.
So
Okay, Fred. Oh, and Summer's clothes were in Fred's washing machine. Remember that?
Well, the sister said that. I have
Yeah, I
that.
know. They're all
have that.
wacky.
Well, I don't know. What if it's true? What if the sisters found it? I mean,
Would she really wait 2 years to say something about it?
But did she? Because why are they charging Fred for drug charges 2 years before they arrest him? Did she?
I don't know. That is odd.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but I don't believe that because everybody said the dog's trail, the trail ended at the end of the driveway. Nobody's ever said it went up Fred's driveway except for him.
Laura said it.
Oh, well,
I
there
showed
you
it
go.
last night. Laura said it. It hit at the top of the driveway behind the truck, and then Ziggy changed Laura's words. Again, don't you mean it hit? I thought it hit at the bottom of the driveway, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we find out, yeah, Fred's phone. I don't know. Green Eyes.
Didn't Fred say they didn't take his phone or they did? I don't remember.
I thought they just recently somewhere I seen that they did. I think Green Eyes, did you share the clip? Somebody shared a clip of it, or he said it recently on Ziggy's.
I can't remember what he said.
It might have
He's
been
the only one whose phone they took or the only one they didn't take. I can't remember which one it was.
No, they took his phone.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah, he had stated that they took his phone, I think.
Oh, they
somewhere.
took his phone because they suspect him, but yet they wired him up to.
Yeah.
KDM, I love you.
Can we get PG on panel to verify the facts? Listen, this is what I've been saying. There's no way for any one of us to verify anything. Only the police can verify facts. We can come out here, we can talk about the case, we can keep Summer's name out there. If we hear something that sounds funny, say it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit back and not say it, because what if it ends up being something you thought and it wasn't said? Like I said, I'm still hopeful Summer's okay and she's alive.
She could be. I've said from the very beginning, if she walked out of the woods tomorrow, I would not be surprised. I really wouldn't.
Yeah, and how many cases have there been where they do find the kids?
Yeah,
Years
I
later.
would. Nothing would surprise me. Absolutely nothing. Because we don't have any. Yeah, we don't have any clues. Law enforcement's being very tight-lipped.
Law enforcement is being so tight-lipped that all of the theories that we came out with, everything everybody is spewing on YouTube is not fact. Everything. And people need to understand that. None of us are police. Not one of these YouTubers, even Chris McDonough, is a working cop right now. So we can't get out here and we are not on Summer's case. We don't know what they have behind the scenes. This could be something completely different than something we ever said.
Oh, yeah. But I do think they know. I mean, they know with that camera on the corner. They know exactly who came and went and what times. You know, and that's why they said Candace left twice. I mean, they know exactly what happened. They have the phone pings. They know.
They just need the evidence.
Yep. That's why they aren't asking for our help, you know? Does anybody know anything? Does anybody have any sightings? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't need it.
If the kids were going to be taken, they would have faked a kidnapping to make the brothers think Summer was taken anyway. It's going to take more than that day. Yeah, I thought that too. What if they snuck Summer out the door, the back door? Like, there's so many things that could have happened. Everything and anything is a possibility, and everything is not a possibility at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, some shit just sounds outrageous, but the thing that bothers me is the amount. I've never seen a case followed, and I've gone back. Now, I wasn't really like into the this type of YouTube true crime prior to Summer. I did the first 48 in Court TV and, all that stuff. I followed Casey Anthony on YouTube, but things were much different then. It took forever. It was AOL dial-up at the time. You know what I mean?
I didn't follow Casey Anthony.
Oh, I followed that case. I followed Haley Cummings. I
don't even know who that is.
Peterson.
No,
Drew
I didn't follow that either. Watts Island, I didn't follow that either.
But yeah, they have, what was I even saying? I forget. They have technology they were not supposed to know about. Yeah. And another thing too is I think Jody Sue, she sits here and says, oh, yins are all effing up the case and this, that, and the other. Her coming out, and I believe the scream. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody heard what Jody Sue heard that day. I believe there was a scream. Do I know what the scream was? No. But I don't know. I believe there could have been a scream. Ronnie Lawson says it's debunked. Lisa, you're a paralegal. You know damn well that the police can come out and say something to the news because maybe Jody Sue screwed this case up by coming to the news, period.
That's not the only thing Ronnie Lawson has said that is not true.
That doesn't seem true. We can't say it isn't true, but we can say it doesn't seem true. What else do you think he said that doesn't seem true?
That the boys told him they saw Summer? No.
Ronnie said that? I never heard that.
Yeah.
Where did he say that at?
That was at the beginning. Was he at their house? That was in a video interview.
If you could find that and tag me in it, I'd appreciate it.
Okay.
Or put it in one of my comment sections.
Okay, I'll look for it.
I don't remember hearing that. That's interesting.
Yeah, he said but I don't think the boys saw her. And that bottom door was locked. Everybody agrees on that. Even the boys said that door was locked. So, and that Don never went out that door. He had to go upstairs and go out that door when he went to work and came home.
See, I've always heard them all say, I think Candace said the back door was locked. Dawn said he didn't know whether the door was locked or not. I never heard the boys spoke about the door.
The boys told David Dotson that when they went golfing that door was always locked, that was locked that day. So Summer did not go down in the basement.
But can we trust what David Dotson says? See, that's another.
Absolutely. He's did you watch that interview? He picks his words very, very carefully. And, that's what I was told. That's what Candace said. He doesn't ever state anything like he knows it. He was very careful to make sure that people didn't misunderstand and that he was very definite about different things. And he did say the boys said that door was locked.
I'm going to have to go back and re-listen to that. But he was careful. I do remember him being.
Yeah, he was very careful with the way he spoke.
Lady R. Hold on, let me. I've been ignoring my chat. I'm so sorry, guys. I hate doing that. Let's see. Hold on, it's moving. Lady R, you think that'd be by a stranger or a family? I don't know what they're talking about. Green Eyes, where do I find that? There was a red truck accident. If Summer was, they would be a stranger to her. And possibly still at least have some knowledge of her parents and who they were. Yeah. Did I say that right? Yeah, I think I understood it, Lady Or.
Oh, that red truck accident at the bottom of the driveway was in August. That was not that day.
Yeah, that wasn't the day.
No.
Why did Dawn get on Panel on Shares and say it was that day?
Who did?
Dawn. He got on Panel on Shares and said it was the 15th, and Jody Sue said she was with him in the truck when he did that, and that Jody told him that's wrong after the live was over or something, and Dawn was like shushing her or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that was in August.
It was
What?
definitely in August. The pictures weren't even posted till August.
No, the Gavel Geeks got the accident report. Yeah, it was like August 15th, I think. There's a picture. I think I have a screenshot of the day, that picture when it was posted on Facebook, dated.
And then Jody Sue says it's her pictures, but you can clearly see Dawn's arm in the window with his white shirt. Everybody knows what Dawn's stance is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jody Sue did say those were her pictures. Yeah,
why
David
would you say they were her pictures taken from Dawn's truck? Then why are you in Dawn's truck if they're your pictures?
Cursed, yes, David Dodson did come out and say that he was mistaken about the water video, but that she just showed it to him that day. It wasn't taken that day.
You know, Green Eyes, I never watched all of Marlena's stuff. The reason being is because Lips puts that music behind, and I can't understand a damn thing that Marlena is saying in her videos. So I've taken apart like all of Fred's stuff and all Jody Sue's stuff, and it's a lot. So I've never had the want to go through and try to decipher what Marlena was saying, but I'm starting to rethink that. Like, I'm starting to think I need to do that.
Lips said everything Marlena says is a lie. She said she's got tons of recordings of Marlena telling her lies.
I believe Lips, and I'm going to tell you why, because I reached out to Marlena and she told me she'd talk to me if I gave her $500.
Oh, yeah. And what does that tell you why she talked to Lips? I'm not going to say, but
yeah.
Yeah. She don't talk to anybody unless they pay her.
Mm-hmm. You're right about that. And then to come out with all them same stories that Fred came out with, but them two don't talk. I just find something funny with a lot of people surrounding this case. And I find things not funny with people that people have mentioned. You know what I mean? Like, people I'm not going to dox and come out and say, but if I hear something, like I really, really didn't want to bring out Vicky's name. And the other day in a live I did, and it's because I have a clip and I need to share it. I did promise you guys some Fred content, so we'll go look at that in a minute. But, I have a clip where Fred says Vicky needs to fear for her life or something.
Who's
and
Vicky?
To me, it sounded like a threat. Well, I don't want to say last names, but she's a local that a lot of people have talked to.
Oh.
Or talked about, not to. Talked about, you know. She's mentioned in certain circles, and I don't want to dox or give last names. To me, it's just worrisome, and I feel that those are things that need to be shown.
Well, I didn't mean give me her name. I meant, who is she? How is she involved?
Oh, she's a local. She's a Ben Hill local.
She's been on panels, or
Fred area local, huh?
She's been on panels or something?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh,
I just
okay.
know from research, Miss Linda mentioned her whole name, Miss Linda P. from Crystal Spencer's mom, to me. So I looked into her, and I think Fred has mentioned her to Ziggy, that Ziggy should talk to her in his first interview. So you could go back. She's there. Oh, need more characters to tell a whole story about Red Truck Detectives. Said they found it.
That was I think that's a red herring. That was the FedEx driver that saw that, parked on the side of Beach Creek Road. And he wasn't sure what time. But you know, like the UPS trucks, I mean, on the boards, they have
How
GPS
do we
in
know
it.
it was a FedEx driver?
Several people told me that. That's pretty common knowledge that it was a FedEx driver.
Well, it's common knowledge from you. Several people didn't tell nobody else that.
Oh yeah,
Who
they
else?
have. They've talked about it on panels. Oh, I think the people that were working in the house and stuff, they all knew it was FedEx. But they have GPS, so they would have known exactly when he was there and what day it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you really think that that had anything to do with anything? It wasn't on Ben Hill. It was on the side of Beach Creek, and that's on the
No.
TBI. That's on the TBI
I
website.
think they needed a vehicle to get an Amber Alert out, and they used it as a vehicle to get an Amber Alert out with. That's what I think. I think because somebody said it, but it's good whether it's a red herring or not. It's good because it got an Amber Alert out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what forced them to put the Amber Alert out, was that red truck, because they didn't put it out. Well, no. Wait, I'm wrong, because wasn't the Amber Alert put out first without the red truck?
I think it was. No, not Strange Mission, because you'd be surprised at what we can remember. Vehicles, dogs, anything that goes on. How even houses. Years later, you can remember the exact addresses of houses.
You know what, though, I gotta admit, we're going on 3 years here, and there's things that like I go back and look at, and it's like I need a refresher course on it, because there's been so much in this case, and I have not personally myself, like I might have watched something, like who said it the other day? Somebody told me about Benny. Oh, I think it was Anastasia. She told me about Benny and Prayer Garden being on panel with Candace, and Candace saying she seen Chad at 4:00. I didn't remember ever watching that. And then I went looking for it and I couldn't find it. And I go back into my downloads and I already have it downloaded. So that means I had to have seen it, right? But I don't.
Yeah, unless you were focused on something else when you downloaded it, maybe,
Yeah.
and didn't and forgot about it.
And
I don't. Benny was on Prayer Garden.
Sometimes no, Prayer Garden was in Benny's. It was one of the ones he had it decorated with Christmas stuff. One of those live streams.
I've
But
never.
you know what I think it is? Sometimes I go through, and if I see somebody was on panel, I'll just hurry up and download the video without watching it.
Oh.
So that I have it, and then go back, and sometimes I have something I'm looking for. You wouldn't believe how many times I found like a miracle clip that I didn't even know I had, you know?
Yeah.
Andy said Uncle John was driving up and down Ben Hill watching for Jackie to return. I think Andy did say that. Where'd Andy go? He was in here. I didn't even really talk to him. I feel
He
bad.
left pretty quickly.
Where was he? Where did he go? Hey, Andy B, if you're still around. He probably thought I was on here. I am going to pull some of the Fred stuff
Ziggy
out.
said Kathy should turn her house into a bed and breakfast.
Pretty house.
For guys
Whoever
on parole. Yeah, it is. Oh, there's Andy.
Oh, no, I said John seen him. Yeah, I thought I heard you say John seen.
Oh, miss you. That's hilarious.
Wait a minute. I want to confirm something before we go on with the John, because Green Eyes has been wanting me to look into John, and I haven't, because Jody Sue says that John has a child that can die if you bring that child any noise or any problems. Even if you look at the child can die. So I'm asking Andy B, is that true? I don't want to talk about a man that I can cause a kid to die. However, I do have some thoughts about your Uncle John. Well, I have some questions, not really thoughts. Dawn saw Jackie first. Okay, Dawn B. Oh, Green Eyes. Dawn B mentioned Jackie Dobbs said that. Jackie Dobbs said, and I am curious about this, guys, and this is something, like I said, I look at everything. Has Dawn ever said that he's seen Jackie Dobbs on that day, Lisa?
Yeah, Don and Candace were allegedly both down there too.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what they're saying, and that concerns me. And I'm going to tell you why. If that's the case, how the hell is Dawn at work firing Dudley?
I don't know. Didn't he fire him in the morning?
Well, I don't know how that could be possible because they did 2 jobs that day.
I don't know. I don't know, but
They did 2 jobs the day that Dawn fired him. So that means it couldn't have been in the morning.
right. I don't know. Ask Andy what time.
And oh yeah, that would be smart, Andy. You're right here. Andy, what time was Dawn and Candace down on Ben Hill the day Dobbs was there? Can you tell me why Dobbs said that Grandis and Candace were behind him and they were like crazy people coming at him?
I don't know why Don would care. What the hell does he care?
Well, my point was Dobbs said he seen Dawn looking down like Dudley said, and that it matched Dudley's description. Oh, who put that out? Bedtime Crimes? Somebody. I have the Dawn B call somewhere. I'll find it. But you really don't know. But did you see Candace and Grandis down there at all? And Dawn? Was they down there while all the Dobbs stuff was going down? Was they on Beach Creek at all? If you can't give a time, that's fine. But did you see them on the 14th down there? I want to go back and listen to that whole Dawn B call. Dawn B took it down, and I don't know why. I have it. I do have some concerns about Dobbs today. I didn't think he had anything to do with it because at that time I thought Jody Sue was just firing her mouth, you know?
Fair. He
But
said
no.
it wasn't till after, so that's what I think it was after work.
Okay, because Jackie Dobbs claims that Candace and Grandis were down there yelling and attacking him, and there was a big fight. And I think he said your uncle was there, and everybody from Beach Creek was there. Nobody wanted him there. He was scared of everybody on Beach Creek.
Oh, that's a good thought, Innocent. Did he get him confused with another guy? Dobbs said he talked to
Well, that's
Don.
the thing. I think that Dawn, I think it was on Shares. I can't remember. Like, I have a little glimmering of a memory here of Dawn saying that, yes, he's seen Jackie Dobbs down there.
Who?
But if that's the case, when? What time on the 14th? Dawn himself said that he's seen Jackie, like, corroborating what Jackie said. I can't say that for sure. I'm going to go back and look for the clip. But
Hi,
if I remember
Chapstick.
correctly,
There's everybody's saying 4:00, so. No, wait a minute, Chapstick. Don drove the, that can't be right then, because Don drove the Subaru on the 14th. He wouldn't have been in the white truck.
yeah, Dawn took the Subaru to work, fired Dudley. Everybody
Yep.
was making fun of it. Dudley says that happened on the 14th, so that wouldn't make sense. And Dobbs did say that. He did say it was the white truck. He seen Dawn, and Dawn looked like he had a blank stare.
Yeah, that
and
couldn't be true then. No.
Dudley said,
Yeah, that
Yeah,
couldn't be true. He wouldn't have the white truck.
I definitely need to go back and look more into the Dobbs stuff.
Nobody said, Jody Sue didn't say Summer got out of the shower with Don. She said she saw Summer and
In a towel.
Candace in the doorway.
She said Summer was in the shower with Dawn screaming for a towel. Candace wouldn't get her a towel. If that's the case, why wouldn't Dawn get her a towel?
No, she
That's
said
how they
Summer was in the doorway naked yelling to get a towel. And Candace was next to her. She saw Candace. She couldn't see the shower from being in the
wait a
truck.
minute.
You can't see the
Wait a
shower
minute.
from that door.
Wait a minute, Lisa. Andy's in the chat with us. She was with Andy while Andy was dropping weed off. Andy, did you see Summer in a towel, naked, coming out of the shower with Dawn? Can you
No.
answer that?
He said no, she didn't. Oh, maybe he's talking about a different.
Yeah, I think they're talking about something else. I don't know. No fighting in my chat, guys. No fighting. You have to get along over here, whether you like each other or not.
I don't see anybody fighting.
Okay. I see Andy saying, no, Green Eyes, she didn't.
Yeah,
Dawn
she
called
couldn't
off.
see.
Seems like I remember her running to the door nude.
That's what Jody Sue said, that she saw her in the doorway with Candace.
But did Candace say she was in the shower with Dawn? Do you remember seeing Dawn nude? Listen, I'm going to tell you what. I have a 7-year-old granddaughter right now. And just the other day, we had an incident where I sent her up to get a shower. And she was trying to get her hair tied. I could have killed this little girl. Not really. But she gave me the biggest scare of my fucking life. Okay? Because she has this hair tie stuck in her hair and didn't tell me. And she's upstairs screaming bloody murder like she got hurt. Okay? So my husband goes running up the steps to save her, to see what the hell's going on, because he's faster than me. I'm short and fat. He's tall and skinny. You know, my husband goes running up the steps, opens the door. My granddaughter's naked in there. Sometimes you have a situation where dad has to be, or somebody has to be in the bathroom with a child, you know?
Yeah.
But he gets up there and he's like, it's just her hair tie. And I was like, what? So I go running up the steps. And of course I go in, I fix her hair tie.
Yeah,
You know
Andy
what
said he didn't. Andy said he didn't see Dawn in the nude. No.
Nude. Okay, did you see Dawn that night at all? Was Dawn outside dressed? Yeah, my granddaughter scared the shit out of me. I thought she got hurt in that bathroom.
Oh.
The hair tie was stuck in her hair. I had to cut the hair tie.
Oh, kids are so dramatic, aren't they?
I know. You should have seen my husband too. He jumped up out of his seat, took off. And it was a hair tie. My neighbors probably thought she died or something over here.
Jody Sue probably heard that scream.
Who got out of the shower Sunday night with Summer? Andy, I thought it was Monday night.
Yeah, he's not listening. He's not going to listen to Green Eyes BS.
Jody Sue has done a ton of damage. Listen, Green Eyes is, I think he's just here for Summer. I welcome Green Eyes over here. Yeah, Lady R, JSB has done a ton of damage. I don't understand how anyone can defend her actions. Behind Summer, Shadow Man, Andy knows who. Bye, I'm not listening. Yeah, Green Eyes, stop. Because he's sitting here, he's giving us answers. Andy, don't leave, because I want you to answer these. Please stop. You want to get to the bottom of it. You can't come over here accusing people. Be nice.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. If you're talking about Jody Sue, yeah, she did lie. I know there's so many conflicting stories, Kirsten. It's hard to.
I agree. And all we can do is sit here and talk about it. It keeps Summer's name out there, but we got to watch how we put the information out. We have to say it's speculation. We have to say that we don't know, because there are some, and I'm not saying my subs or anybody in here, but there are some subs out there that will take something and run with something. And there's crazy people out there that will go to somebody's house or do things. You know?
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, that was nice. Andy was here to. finally
Yes.
tell us that Don was not nude in the doorway.
Yeah, he said Dawn was not nude in the doorway. So we can do that. Did you see a shadow? I think what Green Eyes was doing, Andy, was did you see a shadow behind Summer of a man? At first she seemed like most normal.
She swore up and down the Wells were innocent. They were the most awesome parents. Yeah, he just said he didn't see a shadow either.
Yeah, he didn't see a shadow either, Green Eyes.
Nope.
Was
Nothing to
Dawn-
see there.
Did you see Dawn or was it just Candace? Did you see Dawn at all? Was he fully dressed? And this is what I mean. So Jody Sue spreads bullshit too. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? She's no better than Ziggy. Well, she sits over there on her high horse and spreads rumors.
Yep.
If what Andy is saying is true, Jody Sue lied. Summer was naked coming out of the shower, probably asking for a towel, but Dawn was not there. There was no shadow there, according to Andy. And he's pretty sure both were out there. So, bam. One description from Jody Sue we could take off the table.
Yes. I'm glad of that.
Lady R is okay.
Yeah, I don't know who's saying.
No fighting, guys.
I don't know.
He says it was Candace first and then Dawn came out. Was Dawn's hair wet? Lisa, grab that answer from him. I'm going to mute and let you take over just for a second while I go grab some
Okay.
water.
Okay. Yeah, Miss Shoot. I believe Andy too. Whether she had a towel or not. I don't know. Jody Sue said she was screaming like a little brat that she wanted a towel. Oh. Oh, there, Andy. Innocent is asking, was Jody Sue with you in the car? She said she was in the truck, right? Yeah, Lady R, I agree. I never believed that.
Okay, sorry. I have
No,
to
that's
take these stupid breathing treatments at night, and for some reason, dry my mouth out so bad. And I sit here and it's like I'm eating sand. It's so gross.
I just got this new Mega Bucks inhaler to add to my other ones today, and then I have to be on it for 3 months, and they're going to do injections. That should be
Ugh.
fun. Biologics,
Oh,
whatever that is.
okay. So what did Andy say?
He said he doesn't remember if Don's hair was wet, or he doesn't know.
Okay.
Didn't
But he
register.
hasn't seen- So were you, while you were at their house, let's just ask this question. Did you at any time get a weird vibe from Dawn that Dawn was doing something grotesque to Summer? Was the vibe funny? What's with Jody Sue spewing out these lies then?
She was 5. She can't see who's there or not through the wall door. Yeah. Oh, well, and you can't see the bathroom from the doorway. So Jody Sue said she didn't get out of the truck. She couldn't see the bathroom.
Okay, Green Eyes, what did Dawn say to you? All right, that's one discrepancy. Are there any others we could clear up while Andy's in chat?
Um,
Oh, I still want to know about was there like a gunfight after Dobbs left?
Woo, I never heard that. A gunfight?
Yeah, I like hearing about the Ben Hill Wild Wild West. Like I'm telling you. All the stories I've heard coming from Ben Hill. No, there was no gunfight. Okay, was you there? Was you there when the psychics were shot at? Did Dawn shoot at the psychics?
I remember when Molly Golightly said Don shot at her. That's when he shot that flare gun up in the air.
Yeah, it was a flare gun.
I know.
Dobbs said a mean kid shot his dog with a BB gun. No, he didn't. Did he say that?
I don't know. I never heard that. Shot Elvis?
Okay, so after the police came, Andy, you know for sure 100% that Dobbs did not come back to the property that night because you guys went looking for him, right? And you couldn't find him. You didn't see him anywhere. Fiona. My father-in-law had the stupidest dad joke. It was, what did old Jeb know? I forget how it goes. I'd have to ask my husband. But he loved it. Look, he was a half and half man. He come from both of his parents were half and half. Okay. So they both grew up like up in Amishville, Pennsylvania. And his grandmother was like the country, the wild, wild west. She would carry a one-shooter old barrel revolver in her purse.
Did she have a Pond's cup to spit into?
Probably. The way I'm taking it, the way this lady was from my husband, but she was no joke, I'm hearing. You know what I mean?
All those old ladies had Pond stars in their purse. Spit their tobacco juice into.
Yeah. Okay, the kids wasn't down there that day. Did they shoot the dog? Okay, so how could they shoot the dog if they weren't down there?
Right.
Candace Grandis. Okay, so who was it? It was Candace Grandis, well, no, not really you, right? It would be Candace Grandis, your uncle. Were there other locals? You don't have to give me names. Just say yes and a number. Like maybe 6 locals, 7 locals, 2 locals. I don't want names.
Here he said Dobbs didn't come back the 14th and he never saw him again.
Yep. See. So how would that have happened? If the cops run him out, how does Dobbs and Dawn see each other? Like, that's a really... I'm so confused. Well, Dobbs said that Dawn seen him before he seen Andy, and he had thought that that Dawn had called Andy and sent people down there to the bottom of the driveway.
Oh, I remember that. Fiona,
Yeah.
please don't say that in chat.
Yeah, I don't like to go over that. I covered that the other day. But the reason I don't, and I'll say it again, I said it the other day, but let me say it again. The reason why I don't think the boys did anything to Summer. Now, listen, I know accidents can happen. She could have been on the back of a motorcycle. You hear Jody Sue saying that Candace was screaming, "What have you done? What have you done?" But right now at this point, because of what Andy's saying, I don't believe Jody Sue no more. Again, you know? And the reason I don't think the boys know or seen anything, I don't think they know anything, is because everybody says, well, they're with CPS, they can't talk this, that, and the other, but they had a month and a half before they were taken from CPS. The police did question them. It was stated by Dawn and Candace and by everybody else that they took the kids. Dawn even said at some point that they took the kids somewhere to question them.
Yep.
And if they did that, the boys, definitely the youngest boy, in my opinion, I don't know their kids, I don't know what they're like, but all this time the boys definitely would have said something or wanted to say something.
Well, and to me, they wouldn't, if Summer was missing, you know how kids don't really, the things don't really impact them as far as forever. You know what I mean? Like if a parent dies, the kid is playing one minute and sad the next. So they were at that miniature golf with Dotson and laughing and playing, jumping up. If one of them had hurt Summer, they would have felt guilty and they would have been sad there. I don't think they would have been happy if they had killed Summer. I just don't see that.
Yeah, I don't see that either. And I don't even see, like I said the other day on my live, the one boy, it was either the night of Summer going missing or the day after. The boy was out there in his yellow shirt throwing the football. There's pictures of it. He had a smile on his face.
Yeah. No, Green Eyes CPS did not come Monday. I'm sorry.
Well, that's what Jody Sue and Allie and all kinds of people were
I
saying.
know.
CYF was coming. There's no way to prove that or disprove that. But even if they were coming,
Well, they didn't come, did they?
that's a little bit. We don't know.
They didn't show up.
We don't know. Didn't Dudley say that Dawn had his refrigerator and we don't know.
They would have come and taken the boys, and they didn't. If they were there, there was only a CPS case on Summer, not on the boys. Anyway,
Wait a minute. Dawn said that they did come and they closed the case.
no, that's not the way it works. And he said they came at night after work with the super. No, sorry, I don't know why he said that. So they come and tell him they closed the case, and they're coming the next day to take the kids. No.
Well, they took the kids. I don't think anybody said they were taking the kids. It's just that they were coming.
Oh, people said they were coming to take the kids, and that's why Summer had to die.
Yeah, Dawn did say that. He 100% said that. On a night before, he was sitting with Summer on the roof. He said that on Cher's piano.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, Lady R wants a wrench. Oh, she's kidding.
Listen, I welcome everybody's theories over here, but we have to make sure we know they're just theories. You know what I mean? We have to give credit where credit is due where it comes to the police and TBI. And, you know, like I was over on Tiffany's, and that's something else I said she tried to attack me for, because I said I don't know how I feel about TBI and them and how fast they're working in this case. And Tiffany started, oh, you're putting down the police. No, that isn't what I meant. What I meant was I feel like they need evidence, the physical evidence.
Yeah, but where are they going to go? Where are they now? Their only hope is someone to talk. What I don't like, and what makes me think that they already know, is that when Candy went to Wisconsin, she told her girlfriend that she lied to the police and she wasn't where she said she was. And she told her some other stuff that was different about that day than the original story. So her friend called TBI. TBI did not return her phone call. And so I was asked to help. So I called the FBI, and because I had talked to that agent before a couple times. And so I called him and said, TBI will not return her phone call. And he said, he asked me for her contact information. And then he said, oh yeah, I'll forward it. But he acted like he didn't think they'd do anything with it either. So, and they still haven't called her. Now she's got cancer. So
Yeah, Green Eyes Dawn did say that. I seen that too. I was gonna say something and now I forget. I don't know. There's just been so much that's gone on in this case. Yeah, Dawn has blamed CPS. That's like that's like I said, you make them list the pros, the cons. That's a con.
CPS did not kidnap Summer to sell her. I'm sorry.
What do you think happened to Summer, Lisa?
I think an accident, and then that's what I think. Something happened. One of my theories was that Candace went, after she dropped Hunter off, went back to Warriors, and then Summer got out and went to the water, and by the time Candace found her, when she was done with whatever she was doing there, that she had drowned, is what I think.
You think
One of the theories.
you think Candace went back to Warriors?
I think so. There was a lot of things that made me think that, and the timing was right. And somebody saw her driving. Didn't Fred and Laura said they passed her, and she was headed to the house. And that was at what, 4? So
I don't remember them saying they passed her.
yeah, they said that, and also somebody else said they saw her.
You know, she
speeding
left
through.
twice.
What?
But why would she go back to the horse pond?
Yeah, think about that.
I don't know. I don't see that. But you're welcome, hey, if that's a theory.
Just one of my theories, but I think
several.
I think there wasn't an accident there. And then they covered it up. So then Candace called Dawn. Dawn told her to take the drugs over to Fred's, which she did at 4:30. So that's why I don't think it was planned, because if it was planned,
That's something, no, I'm going to agree with this, Green Eyes. That's something I've thought too. Maybe, well, Candace was in the store, maybe not exactly what Green Eyes is saying, but Hunter did have, I don't know. I just feel like if Hunter did something, he would have been caught by now too. He was locked up, but I could see something like that happening. Maybe something happened with Hunter in the car, and Candace was trying to cover up because she went in the grocery store. She says 5 minutes. Hunter says more like an hour. Right?
yeah, but they dropped Hunter off at like 2:45, so they weren't there an hour. I mean, if they were at Sonic at 2 and got the slushes, and then they allegedly drank them on the way over to what's the grocery store, Payless. So, and then if they're at Hunter's, which is close to Payless, but they couldn't have been in there an hour because they dropped Hunter off before 3.
Payless. When did they go to Payless?
Isn't that the name of the store? No, what's the name of the store?
Priceless. Priceless.
Priceless. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I heard that was on the top of Moreland Drive. So, yeah, that's where my Jack Skeleton, we'll call him Jack Skeleton. How's that? That's where James Skeleton comes into play. For me, Moreland and the Horse Pond, the towing company.
I don't know, but something happened there. The reason I thought she went back to the horse pond was because both times that she has broken down and showed emotion, she was there at the horse pond. So it just seemed like, and we know she left. We know she left the first time they were there. She didn't.
Okay, but wait a minute. Let me say this. You have a memory. You have an ex-boyfriend. You have a child that you lost to death a normal way that people know about. The last place you take them, you're never going to be able to look at that place again the same way. And that's the last place Candace was that day. So we have to look at that emotion in that way too. Like Chris McDonough says, oh, time's stopping for her. Of course, that's the last place she remembers her daughter being happy splashing in the water. Right? So you have to look at it at that aspect too. She could have had a breakdown at the horse pond and cried at the horse pond because that's the last place she remembers Summer being and having fun.
Possible.
You know, I mean, that's just a thought. When you think about her breaking down at the horse pond, I would think it's just an emotional memory for her that Summer was there.
No, Miss Shu, that was their story later, but they said he was perfectly normal. They said he wasn't shook up at all at the beginning. Allie said he wasn't. I remember that.
No, but Allie also said that night he was shaking in the corner back and forth and they had to do all they could do and she needed help and Hunter wouldn't let nobody help her. And
she said he was perfectly sober. She said he was
sober.
She said he was perfectly sober. Well, he went to the ball game with his girlfriend and red, so he wasn't that shook up, was he?
Well, and it was only one can of Mike's Hard Lemonade. I don't think that would have got that. He's a pretty big kid.
Oh yeah.
And he probably drinks all the time. So I don't think
I don't know that.
I don't know that for sure neither, but that's what I'm guessing. If his mom allows him to drink, we've heard rumors that Allie allowed that.
Well, hell, she let the beer on camera smoking, and she's like, what, 9, 10? She was on a live smoking the whole time.
I think she was. Yeah, no, Lady Orr was talking about this the other night. This is another theory. This is another thing we can think about. Maybe she left. Not even booze or bud. Maybe she was. If Fred's innocent, the whole Chad story, I don't know why they would make it up. But maybe she went down Fred's to get something. That, you hear Andy. Sorry, Andy, I'm going to pull you out again. And you hear other people say that Ronald Hill possibly could have been selling pills. It could be that Candace went down there to grab something and something happened while Candace was gone. But then again, you have the whole, we know the police questioned the boys. The boys would have broke by now.
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah.
But I do see that Lady Orr, I do see that could be something. You know what I mean? They said the mother went for a walk.
I think that was because Waylon called. Waylon was the one that was trusted with the phone, and he was also Summer's protector. So I think he made that 911 call. He said Mom went for a walk. Summer's 4 because he didn't know. Kid.
Yeah, but then that would mean that Waylon would have to tell the agents when they question him that.
Right. That's right. And they haven't released the call either. And then Don called.
I think Candace called.
I don't think she did.
911. Something Jody Sue said the other day, I was listening to her and it stuck out to me, and Jody Sue was right about that. Why would Candace have to throw a phone in the back of the truck to get the mother's phone to call 911? Now, I know the whole tower situation, but I also know, even now, watching the Lori Daybell case, that them towers, your phone may not work, but they still work for 911. And I know that even myself, so there would be no need for Candace to throw a phone in the back of the truck.
That's a lie, and I'll tell you why. For one thing, I think there wasn't a 911 call on her phone, and that's why she said that she didn't use her phone. But she couldn't throw the phone in the back of Don's truck because it has a tonneau cover on it.
Well, if the window was open.
She said she threw it in the back of the truck. She's lying.
There's just a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense that everybody said.
I know.
You never said, oh, no, you're right, Andy. What it was Jody Sue. No, who said it? Laura stated that Jody Sue was selling pills, and that's why Jody Sue took her kids out of school, was because Ronald Hill was selling pills. That's what Laura said Jody Sue accused them of.
Who's Ronald Hill?
Fred's dad, who passed away in November.
Oh, okay.
Listen, guys, you have to remind me. Like I said, that's why you can't follow me like a cop, because my information is wrong sometimes. A lot of times.
Oh, hers.
You know
No,
what I mean?
she was talking on her phone. Isn't that funny how that worked?
And she said she was using Facebook to talk to him. But either way, that means she had to get an internet connection.
Yep, absolutely. I did check that out to see if Messenger. I call my girlfriend right here in town on Messenger. I don't use the phone for anything.
Another lie coming from Laura and Fred. That's not why they pulled their kids from school.
Oh, Green Eyes is mocking me. Sorry. I hadn't heard that name before. Well, he's dead, right? So
He said, "Damn, Lisa, catch up."
I know. Sorry, that was a new one on me. I didn't
No,
realize he was involved.
It's talking. It's not nefarious to talk about this. It's not.
That's
But yeah,
not why we pulled them from school. Where did that come from?
me. He was answering me.
What did you say?
That Laura was accusing Jody Sue of pulling her kids out of school because Ronald was selling pills at the bus
Oh,
stop.
okay. Oh, okay.
Something.
Okay.
School bus. I don't know. But that's another lie from Jody Sue. So why is Jody Sue lying? That just doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know.
Like about little, I mean, not Jody Sue, Laura and Fred. About little stuff. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Fred said he didn't do drugs too. He said he met Rose Bly and talked to her. He did not. I don't know what his deal is, but I don't know. Some people are just. I knew a guy like that once, and everybody said, yeah, he'd lie if it was easier to tell the truth. And sadly, that is true. You've heard that expression. If he told me it was raining out, I'd have to step outside and check. Some people are just liars. Maybe Fred wants attention. I don't know. Maybe he made it all up because he wants Ziggy's attention. He's giving her this exclusive information, trying to, because she said he was always interested in her. She knew that. So maybe that was a lure.
Yeah, but I'm talking, I said Jody Sue by accident. I meant Laura. Why would Laura
Yeah.
lie?
I don't know.
what
Maybe Fred, she only knows what Fred told her. Like Don, I don't know,
but then
Don and Candace.
And Jody Sue says, and here's another thing too. She hasn't had an opportunity to talk to Fred since the night Summer went missing. But then she says, but I talked to him about the bones. Good joke, Fred. Haha. Which means she would have an opportunity to talk to him. And why was you talking to him about the bones, period?
I don't think she did. That's
I
just
don't
me.
either. So why is Jody lying? Like, it's like all these people around there in that area have all these stupid lies that mean nothing to Summer's case.
I know. I know.
You say you wouldn't, you probably also wouldn't live there. Yeah. Well, you know what? That's not true neither, because I live in the city and no, listen, I've lived in the country before. I've lived up in Forest County, Pennsylvania, which is like Tynest. It's a camping space, population of 200 people. No kidding. My aunt still lives there. Well, no, actually, she just passed away, but my family still lives there, So I've been in the country. I know what it's like, but never long enough. I've always been jealous of country life. Like, I would love to live in the country and have no neighbors and have horses and, you know what I mean? So you can't say none of us would never live there because.
It's peaceful. It's very peaceful and calming.
Yeah.
When I go home and I was sitting on the couch just looking out over the fields and the trees, and it's just, sun shining down on it. Just
I get to see.
It's very
Where I
calming.
live, I get to see the police fly down my street at least once a day. I get to see the crackheads at the park trying to sell the kids drugs. Like, I seriously live 4 doors away from a playground, and I cannot let my children outside. My grandchildren, no, not children, but it's dangerous where I live.
I got that impression. Let's see. Wait. What? Oh, Allie's lie about seeing Summer was huge. I don't think Allie did lie. I think she did see Summer, and What's her
I
friend there? Her friend said she saw her too. I have her text.
don't know if Allie walked to the car though.
Well, but Hunter said she needed to talk to Candace about going to whatever they were going to that weekend because some park or something.
Yeah, it was
Because
the water park. But then Hunter also said, what confuses me about that is Hunter said that Candace was going to take Summer to a water park that day.
yeah, but then he said he couldn't go. He couldn't leave because of his probation without Allie's okay. So that's why
Oh, yeah.
when they came home, Allie had to talk to Candace and give her permission. And Hunter also said he got the vape from Candace at the window of the truck and that he showed it to Allie. So
Yeah, he did say that too.
yeah.
It's just contradicting.
And then what's her name? The friend there that was Leslie. She said she saw Summer in the car.
Yeah, Leslie did say that.
Yep.
Okay, Dior says this, and yeah, that happened too. My daughter, she was 6 years old, and we were down at this playground by my house. This is just me chit-chatting. I got arrested. Yes, I fucking did, and it's on my criminal record, and any of you would have done the same damn thing. There was a 16-year-old girl down there. I let my daughter go down with my sons. They were older. My son, Bailey's 6 years older than my daughter, so he was 12. It was like one of the first times, I'm not going to say it was the first time, but it was one of the first times I let him take my daughter to the park, thinking she'd be okay to play in the playground while he was down in the basketball court shooting hoops. They're literally right there. You could see one from the other, you know? And this 16-year-old girl ordered a group of 8-year-olds to beat the crap out of my daughter. Okay, so my daughter comes home. She left the park without my son. Didn't even tell my son. My son should have seen it. Like, he got grounded forever, you know? But she didn't even tell my son she was hurt. She just left the park, came home. She had scrapes all over her knees, all over her elbows. She was bleeding and crying, big elephant tears. God, my heart broke for her, you know? So she's trying to tell me what happened through these tears, and I'm screaming down to the park, I'm gonna F somebody up. I'm just being a mom, you know? Like, I'm pissed. So I'm calling for my son to come home. The 16-year-old's mother comes running down the street like, who called my daughter a bitch? Because I did. I called her a bitch from my porch. So I get my daughter thinking this mother, I should have known she wasn't going to be civilized the way she walked into the park, you know? So I take my daughter over. We're down by the playground, and I'm trying to get out what had happened and show her my daughter's boo-boos. And I have my daughter in front of me. And the lady says, I don't care what my daughter did to your kid, and pushes my daughter to the ground.
Oh.
You're fucking right. I beat her ass.
I was going to say, did you beat the shit out of her?
You're fucking right. And I got arrested too.
You did?
Know what I mean? Yeah. I got a disorderly conduct harassment. That's why Jody Sue keeps saying, oh, you got a harassment charge. No, the other lady got arrested too. She got the same fucking charges I got. The cop that arrested us was so nice. He had to do it because we were bucking in the middle of the street when he pulled up. You know what I mean? So the cop that arrested us puts us in a mediation at the police station, me and this girl's mom, in the back with Officer Luffy. Christine Luffy's her name, Zone 3 Pittsburgh Police. She knows who I am because of this. We can go, you could call her. They put us in a mediation with this girl, and the girl's irate. So the charges, they were going to drop the charges if we could get along, and the girl couldn't get along with me. So they kept the charges, and I ended up having to pay a fine. Yes, I got arrested. I had to go to mediation. I beat someone up for throwing my daughter to the ground, a grown woman who was older than me. Yeah, you're damn right I did it, and I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed. I have no shame in my game when it comes to beating her ass, and I'd do it again today.
Why the hell would she not make up? Because she had a conviction too then.
Oh, that's interesting, Andy. I have to go back to chat. What did you say? Oh, we both ended up getting a fine.
Yeah, I said, why wouldn't she get along with you just to get out of there and not have any charges?
Loudmouth, because she was a loudmouth, and she had a cop uncle in another zone, and she thought that uncle would get her out of it, and he didn't. So it's crazy, like the whole thing. And yes, that is exactly how that happened, Lady Orr. Thank you for reminding me. But yes, that's why I don't allow my kids at the playground. That's part of the reason. And that was years ago. She's 18 today, you know? But you're fucking right. I got a charge for that. Any of you would have done the same thing. Okay, what did your uncle drive when he saw Jackie? Was it a dark colored truck, Andy? Who had the blue van? Andy said that. I seen it. I wanted to see that again.
Yeah, it's right up.
That's interesting because Jody Sue told me, and actually, do you have a biracial cousin, Andy? Oh, thank you, Green Eyes.
What did he do? Send you money?
No, he gave me an idea. He made me remember something.
Oh.
My monetization ain't on.
No, but I thought you could send it to your Cash App. I hear everybody go crazy on their live. Ooh, I just got some money. Thank you. I don't have a Cash App, so I don't know anything about that. But
Yeah, Andy, do you have a biracial cousin that was at your house the day Summer went missing? I was told by Jody Sue that van, and I have the screenshots, a blue van. So Granda said there was a blue van parked in a neighbor's driveway. We all assumed it was Jody Sue's driveway. It may not be, just a neighbor's driveway. I asked Jody Sue about it, and she said that Joe Sue belonged to Andy's biracial cousin. Yes, I got more than one mixed cousin. Okay, but none of them mixed cousins was at your house on June 15th. Yeah, I know I didn't think you had a blue van. I'm just wondering whose blue van Granda's seen. Do you think it was Jackie Dobbs? Was she trying to name Jackie Dobbs?
he doesn't have a van.
Who didn't?
Jackie Dobbs.
No, he had what was it, a Blazer? But I mean...
No, what was it? I can't remember now.
I think it was a Blazer or a Bronco. What
Yeah.
was it? What kind of car did he have?
Something like that. I'd have to go back and look. No, it was...
Yeah, Blazer. Andy says it's a Blazer. They went to Fred's mom's. Who went to Fred's mom's?
A blue van?
Fred's sister. Fred's sister was there in a blue van that day? I wonder if the police have questioned other people in Fred's family.
I don't know. They said they questioned people that were around the Wells property for weeks before Summer went missing. So
Okay, so he's saying it would have been Fred's niece with the blue van that was on Ben Hill that day. That's wild. The 90s Ford Ranger is Ronald Hill, which was in possession of Fred Hill, which is now in possession of one of the sisters. Right, Andy?
hey, Beverly.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still live. You could come in.
I
you have
agree,
the baby?
Lady R. I'm sure they talk to
guys.
everybody on that road.
You can bring the baby in. He's a newborn. Oh, you got Nico. Here, come here, Nico. Come here.
Why is it impounded, Andy? You mean that it was towed or something?
Come here. I want you to say hi. Hold on, guys. No bad talk for a moment, okay? I'm a mess.
It's Fred's property and his name
Say
or his
hi.
mother's? It was in his mother's name.
1 sec on crime talk, Lise.
Oh, okay.
My grandson wants to say hello. Hi. Here, I'll make you big. Can I do that? Can I make it big? Say hi, YouTube. Who is that? Who is that? He's a mess. This is my pig pen. He gets dirty every day. You have to bathe him several times a day. He's a maniac. Say hi. You gonna talk? And then I got the newborn. Ooh, come here. Let me see Mello. I look like shit, guys.
Are you showing yourself? Oh, you are.
Yeah. Oh, you're not even looking.
No, I've been watching the chat. I haven't been watching the screen.
Oh, yeah. My grandson was on saying hello.
Oh,
This is my new baby I babysit.
oh, that's a cute baby. And I'm not a baby person.
Oh my God, he's so good. He's so soft. I'm so in love with this little guy.
He's a cutie.
And look, and you see my dog. You guys are getting my family. I'm going to jump off soon because they just came downstairs. Maury's going to be jealous.
Oh, this was me. So the red, Andy, the red truck that was in the ditch was stolen? That makes sense.
It was stolen?
That's what Andy said.
Say hi, Mello. Make your YouTube debut. Isn't he the best? Look at him.
He's a cutie.
Hi, Mello. All right, guys. I'm going to get off of here. I've been live 2 hours and 43 minutes, and my babies need a Mimi.
Oh, Fred's dad's truck, he said. Okay.
Listen, I'll come back on if yins are still up. I know it's late, but hubby's at work, and I'm bored tonight. So give me like an hour or two, and I'll come back on if yins want.
Oh, my God.
If you want. Just because I'm bored.
I
here.
would want to, but yeah, I'm probably going to be sleeping. I had a rough day.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, maybe I'll be back later.
Thank
But
you,
I'm gonna go
Crystal.
take care of the babies. Thank you guys for all being here.
Good
Tiffany,
chat.
Still a BITCH. Jody and Fred liars. Okay. See you guys later. Thank you for joining me.
Good night,
Say
everybody.
Bye. Say bye. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.